Hi, welcome everybody. This is the battle, actually a review of two new types of gear by Pioneer. We have the DDJ-400, which is a controller, of course, so you use it with the laptop. And this is the XDJ-RR by Pioneer. And this is in a new price range. It's about 1100 euros. And this is a standalone DJ set. So you don't need a laptop to work with this one. And previously it was only the Pioneer XDJ-RX or RX2 to use without a computer. And now they have released this very interesting piece of gear, which is cheaper, and it's of course more expensive than a controller, but it's cheaper than the RX2, and we're going to discuss what we think is important in choosing one of these.
Yeah, first off, why would you do a battle between two things that are in a totally different price range? Well, because it's the question we get a lot from our students is, where do I start? What kind of gear should I buy to start off with? And depending on budget, we advise what is the best choice. And so let's talk about features and differences between them in order for you to make a good choice when you want to start off DJing and do it pretty seriously. I mean, there are controllers that are even like 100 euros or something. But if you want something solid and also you want to work with Pioneer, because of course if you want to be a professional DJ later on or play in clubs, then it's handy to get used to the Pioneer workflow.
And of course work with Rekordbox then. So these are compatible with Rekordbox, which we recommend all our talents to work with.
Yeah, organizing software for your tracks. So let's start off with this one. It's new and like its predecessor, it's small and handy.
Predecessor was the RB.
And it has even the layout has even been adapted to simulate the 2000 Nexus series with the loop buttons here. It has 8 hotkeys, which is cool. It has a lot of cool features actually, so we like it as something to start off with if your budget is just a couple hundred of euros. This one sells for what, 280?
Yeah.
Something, 280. So we would advise you to start off with this one. But then if people ask, well, okay, I have some more budget, can I buy something more professional? Then this comes into play because it's new and it's within a new price range, as Oliver said.
And the big difference, of course, is beside the money issue. I mean, this is a lot cheaper. The big difference is, are you going to choose to use this as a mobile device to use at different places, at barbecues, company parties, weddings, to play without the laptop, or are you gonna just have something that connects to the computer, which is a little bit less professional when it comes to really having it in your DJ booth. But this one is of course very good to practice at home, and it has probably all the features that you're gonna need in the first few years of your DJ career. But this one is of course a little bit more professional because you can take it with you to every kind of setting and it still looks like a decent DJ gear setup. And we always want our talents to consider, what are you going to use it for? And if you're going to use something to practice and you're going to make the big step to the clubs and play with the CDJ 2000 setup, then this is more than all right for home use, right?
Yeah, that's fine because as I said, the features are in the same kind of layout. So if you're used to this one, it's easy to switch to a more professional setup. But why would you consider that one? Well, of course it's standalone, as you said. You just need a USB to get it to work, and we are a little bit in favor of setups that are plug and play. So we do see a lot of students struggle in the beginning to get this thing connected to the computer, have the driver set right, the sound set right. You don't have that problem with this setup.
You just put in the USB stick in one of these. It's the same setup as the RX2. You can also record your mix, set track markers, and the only difference, if you look one section higher price-wise with the RX2, is that there is no touchscreen, which is a bit harder, of course. So if you want to look for a track which just pops up in your head and you want to find it really quickly, you have to choose the letters of the track title with this one, which is a bit less handy than with the RX. Much less handy. Also, compared to the RX2, there is a different effect session, a little bit less convenient. So of course we're going to discuss this in another review, how this one holds against the RX2, but still of course it's much more, it has some more features than this one. But does it actually has much more features?
Well, not really. If you compare it really head to head, as you see, the jog wheels are the same. I like the black on this, it's better than the gray kind of color. But also it has 4 hotkeys It does have 8, but you will have to press an extra button to access them, and I don't like extra buttons to get to a different layer of functions.
You have to shift banks then.
Yeah, we don't like shifting. But if you look at this one, it has the 8 already there. So playing wise, I think this is easier to do than this one. Also because you search for your track on your computer, and you can do that by typing just the word you're looking for. And I don't like the missing of the touch screen here, because then the searching is slower. And what I also don't like about this one, there's no booth monitor button, and I don't like that, because if you want to use the live club environments, you're very often going to use it with a booth monitor, and the RX2 of course has that all, and they've trimmed it down on this one, and I don't like the things they trimmed down, which is of course a touchscreen, but also the booth monitor, which I would really like to have.
Yeah, you really miss that in a live setting.
Yeah, when I play in a live setting. So yeah, I think that concludes to us. I would say if you want to start off, this is a great controller. You save a lot of money, which you can invest in your tracks, which I would definitely advise to put your priority in, right? Selecting
DDJ-400.
Great buy.
And we're going to see how this one holds against the RX2, because that is a maybe a much more interesting comparison when it comes to standalone gear, and this is of course competing much more to that one. And when it comes to starting DJs, we think this is a much better choice.
Winner
DDJ-400.
DDJ-400. Now we'd like to have your feedback on this review. What do you think? What are your opinions? Maybe you've used one of these, or you're about to buy one of these. Let us know your thoughts, or if you have any questions, just ask us, and we can maybe help you in the process of buying gear, your setup, or anything else that you're wondering about in your DJ career.